Good day, everybody. Welcome to, we're going to run through the top 10, but do a couple of bits and pieces that we don't normally do. This is brought to you by Bybit, where you can now receive some fairly hefty trading discounts by clicking the link below and getting your account set up there. My name's Craig Cobb from TRADERCOBB.com, and I hope you're bloody well. Speaking of well, first things first, I will apologize in advance. I've had this cold for a week now, and it's like it comes and then it goes away for a couple of days or a day, then it comes back. And today's a comeback day. So if I sound a little bit nasally and have to blow my nose, I apologize for that. But I wasn't going to miss getting this up. So, yes, not feeling 100%, but not feeling too bad, just a pesky head cold. Okay, Rob, Nathan. Oh, I meant to go fishing. Wife got COVID. No good. Well, I've had 3 negative rat tests. But hey ho. Okay, so we've just had a 4-hour candle close. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a quick little scoot around. But I also want to go and do something a little bit different. I want to have a look at some historical snapshots of January's top 10. Something a little bit different. And given the current circumstance in the market and the current climate, I should say, with there not being a great deal of really fine trends, other than the daily. The daily is the time frame that has held some good trends of late. But we're seeing a lot of what we're seeing here on Bitcoin, just fairly messy looking charts. Now, technically speaking, you know, we've got a bit of a push higher here. If you look at the 2-hour, what's the low here? 35,506, 35. Yeah, so it's a higher low, but am I looking at this as being a good uptrend? No, not at all. It is nice to see we've pulled back and now we are pushing on, and hopefully we can continue with that and we get some cyclicity there for our lower time frames like our 15, our 30, as you can see with this higher low. It might open up doorways for us to trade lower time frames later on this evening, or perhaps even into tomorrow potentially if we can start to see this carry through. Something else to note with Bitcoin, is this 12-hour. You can see there's a higher low here, but potentially. We've still got to get above this level right here. That high there sitting at 38,000, call it 38,900. Then we would have a bit more flow through, and then the magic numbers getting through 40,000. A long way to go, and whilst I am a fairly solid permeable long-term on my investment portfolio for Bitcoin, short term, you know, I just trade. And I've probably been a little bit guilty of sort of holding out a little bit too long, I suppose, given that we had, you know, whilst the support was there, I talked about it a lot. To be fair, we didn't have the best sort of run down. I mean, you can see here, not much cyclicity through here, then a massive fall, and then really messy, then up, and then we started to get some momentum here, bounced. I wasn't looking to short that with the support, you know, really close. And then it just fell all kind of in a heap in one big go. So we haven't had the nicest daily downtrend when it comes to Bitcoin. And of course, that sort of extrapolates itself quite strongly across the rest of the market, although there have been opportunities. So it's not been the kindest on the daily as far as, you know, when we have had opportunities like this, we've had support ahead, or below, I should say. And it's not been all that, it's not made it absolutely easy to just take those daily shorts that have presented as cradles and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, that's a bit of a snapshot of Bitcoin. Once again, I'd like to see this continue on and get some cyclicity here on these lowers, so we might get some trading opportunities later. When it comes to Ethereum, very similar, except if we move lower, it's a bit of a dead dog of a chart to me, if I'm honest. The trend has been very, very nice. That cradle there did move very, very well. Very nice cyclicity there on the daily, and also the 2-day, very nice cyclicity indeed. However, we've gotten choppy down around the lows here. It's not looking all that pretty, and there's nothing really to speak of as far as Ethereum goes. XRP in the same sort of boat, very, very sideways. The only difference with XRP really is that we've got a little bit of support. Oh, actually, geez. Look, if that was to build in with another lower, like come back down, retest, and then have a lower high, then a breakout could be on the go, you know. And with breakouts, I know that a lot of people that have only been through the Bybit education series, you won't know the breakout or the Fibonacci booster. But for those of you who have been through my courses, and I know a lot of you are watching this that have been through the courses, Flat levels are one of my favorite things because if it doesn't set up for a breakout, which it could do, a break through that level and a pullback could work very well for either cradles or boosters. So flat levels give us the opportunity for all three of the trading strategies that are taught on the Become a Master course. So it's pretty solid little flat levels. How good is that? Oh, we've had a lot of weird scammers and whatnot on this channel in the past, but this one takes the cake with rapid antigen test. Anyway, yeah, interesting. Yeah, so a bit of a level there on XRP. There's also, to be fair, a little bit of a level there on Bitcoin, but it's a long way from that being anything really worthwhile using. Coming down now to XRP, very messy chart. Up it went, down it went. The one thing I can say is it continues to hold that $1. And if we look at that $1 mark by zooming out, you'll actually see that it's quite the level. Where are we? Roughly about there. It's held very, very well in the past. There is no downtrend here because we went, we were trending down here, then we went high to low. So again, there's nothing really there on the daily that really excites me. With that $1 being there, that's the level there, perhaps a break into there. But again, it's going to take a little bit of time for that to occur. I'll just reference point that. So flat levels have been the order of the day. Solana's in a very strong downtrend. It's getting a bit stuck, again, like much of the market, very choppy through here. Binance, very much the same in here. If we pull back up into the cradle zone a little bit cleaner, then perhaps a short sometime next week or Sunday at the earliest. DOT sideways as well. AVAX also very much in that choppy market. Matic in the same position, and Doge also the same. So as far as the top 10 goes, there's a couple of things to keep an eye on, mainly some flat levels. The market looks, it is a bit extended. It doesn't look too crash hot right now. The higher time frames are the ones where we're seeing the dominant trends, but we don't have anything back into the right area for us to be shorting on those dailies. So where do we go from here? Well, here's where we go to. First things first. I wanted to involve a couple of different things that I don't often talk about. And I think it's something that I wanted to involve you guys in a discussion here as well. So not just me talking at you. I want to hear your ideas and your thoughts, and we can cover those as well. But our top 10's changed quite a bit this year. And I wanted to have a look at historically the last 2 years, so 2020 in January and 2021 in January, and just see what we can sort of collect together from that. Now, I also wanted to look at the market cap because you can see it's at let's call it 1.7 trillion, which is still obviously, very good. It's just come back from, I think, 2.8 trillion. And we're going to have a look at that in just a second because it is no small thing. If we just go to 1 year, so at its peak, we were at, let's call it 3 trillion. Okay, let's call it 3. And currently we're at 1.6. So effectively, the market cap of crypto has decreased by 50%, which is really, really large. Now, of course, if you look at the all thing here, if you look at the all thing here, we obviously gained a lot of ground. We've seen some good bull runs. This bull run through 17 was certainly, that's 2020. This bull run through 2020, as far as market cap goes, has been extraordinarily steep. Obviously, we saw the pullback and we saw it push on. The thing that we've got now is it's pulled back beyond the higher low that was over here. So we're definitely in a downtrend there as we are looking at a squiggly line as opposed to candlesticks. So what has happened with the market halving, and has our top 10 changed very much? Well, if we go back to January, where are we? Go back to all here. January of 2020, where's that? That's the third. That's 2021, sorry. 2021 was where I wanted to be. Come on. There. We were at, call it 800 billion. Then we saw a very large rise. And we're still well above where we were. We were double the market cap, essentially, from where we were about a year ago. So what is it? What has changed as far as our top 10? So I'm going to flick back over here to the current top 10 that we've got. But before we do that, we had Bitcoin, Ethereum 1 and 2, which is much the same as what we've currently got. Tether number 3. Nothing's really changed there. We had Polkadot at number 4, XRP, Cardano, and interestingly enough, Chainlink there at number 7. Now, here's where we've seen a huge amount of change over the last 12 months. Chainlink sitting at number 7, Litecoin number 8, Bitcoin Cash at number 9, and Stellar there at essentially number 10, because of course Tether was there. Now, we do not have Litecoin, Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash in our top 10 right now. As a matter of fact, where is Chainlink? Here we go, 21 and 22 respectively. And what was the other one? Bitcoin Cash has dived even further, if I'm correct, down to 27. Now the market cap then was, now is 5.5. The market cap then was 8.2. So over the last 12 months, Bitcoin Cash has diminished in value significantly, diminished in the top 10, and diminished in market cap. Back then, 9.3 for Litecoin, now 7.5. And Chainlink, I think we'll see a decent drop here, 9.9, now sitting at 7 billion. So some big changes there. Now, I wanted to look at that to see what had occurred, because I remember Chainlink at one stage, it had an enormous run. It was the darling of crypto. There was so much talk about it. It kind of did like a, I guess what maybe Phantom or Axie did. It just rose and rose and rose and rose and rose over a couple of years. And since, it's really, really struggled. Litecoin has struggled all year, as has Bitcoin Cash. Now, if we go back to 2020, look, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP was number 3. So the only difference there over the last 2 years is XRP was more market cap than Tether. Then Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS, BSV, Tezos, Stellar, Tron. You know, look at how much it has changed over this period of time. In 2 years, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of our top 10 are no longer within our top 10. And I suppose the reason I'm doing this is twofold. One is to help us all to understand that times change, things change, and sometimes we might not see it coming. But the main reason for me showing you this is that often people will sit on projects because they're just a massive, massive fan of that project because they've got a big stack of that. Now, you'll hear me talk frequently about taking profits, okay? I speak of it all the time to my community. I speak of it here. I speak of it on the TRADERCOBB Crypto podcast. I speak of it in the course. I speak of taking profits so much. And that is one of the really big highlights, one of the really big standouts that I noticed after going through the different years of the market cap is that all of those projects that have dropped out of the top 10 have had some magnificent moves. A lot of people will not have taken any profits on those in the last couple of years, and they'll be still sitting on a bag that's worth less today than what it was back then. The importance of obviously investing in sound projects, we need to do that. However you do that, you do that. We need to be able to trade, so we've got income and revenue opportunities there as well for us, whether the market goes up or the market goes down. We also need to be aware that we are human beings and that we don't know what the future is going to bring. So if we do invest into something, even if we do want to hold a long-term bag in that, if we get really substantial gains, guys, it's really so important to be taking your profits along the way. The way I do it, the first thing I do is it does differ a little bit, but a good rule of thumb, if you can get to sort of 3 to 1 on something, so you've bought it and it's, you're in a bull run and it's 3 times what you bought it for, or even 1.5, 2 times. Pull your initial investment out. You don't have to put it into anything else, by the way. You can leave it in a stable coin. Leave it in if you don't know what to do, or if you're in the middle of a cycle and you're not quite sure. But take that profit so it's there. Do that, because that way what's in the market is now yours, risk-free. And you can hold these bags throughout longer periods. And then if it keeps going, take some more off. Because it's times like this when the market does decline significantly, that if you have money on ice on the sidelines, you don't feel quite so emotionally attached. You don't feel so, just emotional full stop. and you can pick up some really good buys in the projects that you want to be involved in. So just by going through and using some different tools that we have at our disposal, like something as simple as coin market cap, having a look at the decline in the market cap, having a look at some historical data, what I've gathered from doing that today is that the top 10 does change. And I think we've seen the biggest change in the top 10 that we've probably seen since I've been in the market, because we've got the likes of, we've got Solana, Terra, Dogecoin's still there. Polkadot's fairly new. Avalanche is new. Polygon's there. We've got, and Terra's just sort of snapping at the heels as well. We've got a very different top 20 to what we had just a couple of years ago. And it just highlights to me the importance of making sure that you think about why you're here and what you're doing here. It's not just about being involved. You're here to change your financial situation, I would suspect, to better your quality of life, to give to charity, whatever it may be. But you've got to bank along the way to keep two things going: the goal of the financials, and secondly, more importantly, your headspace. Because I know that people that are all in at the moment are feeling the heat right now. People that have cash on the sidelines are not feeling that heat quite as much. I know I'm certainly not feeling it too badly. Sure, I'm looking forward to the day when we start to go back up strongly again, but I can ride it out, and I'm actually looking, not just yet, but I'm open to the prospect of picking up some projects that I might not have got in the past. So it's not just about finding trades, okay? When the markets are not giving all that much opportunity, you can start to look at your portfolio and look at your investing and trading ethos and your plans. That's why everything we teach has got a trading plan and a risk management plan. And you can then start to think about how you've done things in the past, highlight the errors that you may have made, write them down, and hopefully make a plan for the future so it doesn't happen again. So as far as what we've got that I'm watching, well, if we're going to see Bitcoin move higher, it's the 30-minute I want to see extend on, and then I can start to open up the lower time frames. When it comes to Ethereum, there's bugger all. XRP, bugger all. Oh, sorry, Ethereum, bugger all. There is a level here on XRP, so I'll be watching that throughout today into the evening and the weekend. Cardano has a level there as well, but it's right on that $1 mark. I will be watching that very keenly. Solana has not got too much going for it. Binance, similar to Bitcoin, if it can run through, we can get some lower time frame opportunities perhaps later. And other than that, there's not a great deal there that is of interest to me. But have a think about that. Think about what you've done correctly. Think about what you'd like to change. And go from there. Matt, ETH, what, bugger all? Is that what you mean, bugger all? Look, ETH's still got to do a lot more to get me more involved. Yes, if it continues to push, then sure, definitely. But if you look at the reason I haven't put ETH in is that we've got a lower high and a lower low. When you compare it to Bitcoin, we actually have a slightly higher low and a higher high. So a little bit different there on the upside, and very similar to that of Binance as well, with that little higher low and higher high there. That's why ETH didn't make the grade on that. Guys, don't forget as well, I do my podcast, and I'm going to be doing some different things with the podcast this year. So the TRADERCOBB Crypto Podcast, please go and make sure that you get that on wherever you find your podcast. Give it a subscribe. Put in any comments that you want to have, and I'll be bringing that back to life again this year. I still do podcasts on that, as well as subscribe to this channel, turn on your notifications, and there'll be a news piece that will probably come out tomorrow as well, just talking about the news space in our markets at the moment. It's pretty wild out there across the globe. I hope you're healthy, hope you're safe, and I hope I get over this bloody cold soon, because beautiful weather outside, but I just need to do a bit more resting, I think. Have a great day, and if you need anything else, please visit TRADERCOBB.com. This has been brought to you by TRADERCOBB and Bybit. Get your account and save on your fees on the link below. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye for now.